Perfectionism is really expensive. 80% of your outcome comes from 20% of the effort. And why would you spend 4 times as much effort in order to get to that fictitious perfection level? Most people are familiar with perfectionism, and a new thing I've learned to sort of embrace is a concept called optimalism. Rather than wanting everything to be 100% perfect, you go for something that is optimal. It is as good as can be within a time frame with a given budget. So you do as good as you can do, but you don't stress out on the things you don't get done. In some cases, it is important that everything is completely perfect and that you check everything through. But let's say you're designing an airplane, a bridge, some medicine. Of course, it needs to be perfect. But on the other hand, there's also things that do not require this perfectionism. There are things that you can release where you can actually fix it after the fact. What is the difference between an optimalist and a perfectionist? Let's imagine you have 10 items you can pick from. And from these 10 items, you can pick 7 items. An optimalist will choose 7 items and then try to find the best sort of package or bundle of items that will help this person. And after that, they will feel confident that now I have a good solution. A perfectionist would probably rather focus on what 3 items will I lose? What happens when I lose these 3 items? So it's more like a defensive, let's say a fear of the unknown. What would happen if I had these items, now I don't have them, and you don't really enjoy the uncertainty around the things. Whereas the optimalist will see it more as, okay, I have these 7 items, now I'll conquer the world with these items and I'll make the best of it. It's the optimal solution based on the given circumstances. If you're working on a project and you are sort of afraid whether or not you're being in a perfectionist mode, one thing you could sort of think about is, am I looking more for flaws than being creative and creating new things? So if you spend all your time looking for things that could be wrong, or things, should I really change this, or is this good enough? Chances are that you are in a perfectionist mode. And that's also okay. It's okay to second guess things. It's okay to make sure that things are good. But if you get stuck in this loop of never getting over the edge or never making new things or never publishing, this is where it's not good. So you have to sort of allow yourself to say, okay, I did my best. I can always fix it later. Let's move on. The reason why I'm talking about perfectionism versus optimalism is because I see perfectionism quite a lot out there. I see it amongst clients, amongst friends and so on, and I think there is a missed opportunity when you dive too much into the perfectionism. A good amount of attention to detail is required to make a good product or a good service. But if you get stuck in the loop of perfectionism, you have an issue, or you're losing money, that's what it is. Let's imagine that you have an old website, you're not proud of it, it's slow, it doesn't work on phone, and you really want to update it. Then you approach someone like me and say, hey, can you help us make something new and better? And then we start that process, and at some point during the process, we have a new working website that is optimal, it's fast, it's ready to launch, but there might be some things that could be better. Some other stock photos, or maybe we could even hire a photographer to take some new photos. Maybe there is a text here and there that is not completely how you want it to sound, but maybe it's good enough. Let's launch it, and then we can think about it and then improve it afterwards, after we launch. There is an opportunity cost to not launching. You're actually wasting time where your old website is still live, it's not working, it's slow, it's not working on phone, you're not proud of it, your sales reps can't really use it to sell. If you are a creator and come up with many super cool features, or have made many pages on your website, but you just have a very hard time finishing them because you want everything to be perfect, then there's a little tip for you. What you can do is that you can make a little bundle of the most essential pages, the most essential features. Finish them first, hide everything else, and make an initial small launch. What will happen then is that you will actually get to launch something. Your customers will start to get in and find your website or your solution. You'll get some feedback, you'll get confirmation from your audience that this is actually something that people want. You'll start to build confidence, and meanwhile, you can then start to slowly add these additional features that you didn't end up finish in the first round, and then releasing them in subsequent releases basically. And this will allow you to promote many more times, it will allow you to get customer feedback much earlier, and it will prevent you from blocking yourself in a castle of good features that is just not perfect yet. Allow yourself to get out there, allow these features that you haven't finished to just be hidden, and then release the stuff that you can already release now. So you can get out in the world and help people with this cool stuff you're making. I'm still a perfectionist, but I'm working hard towards becoming an optimalist. And I would invite you to join me on this journey of allowing the perfection to go away once in a while and just share something that you like and hopefully can benefit a lot of people without it being 100% perfect, but still good enough that other people can benefit from it. And with that said, thank you so much for watching. Go make something awesome, and until next time, see ya.